In tonight's top story, Putnam County Sheriff says he was justified when he shot at a car tire on Saturday to stop two men he suspected of illegal solicitation.
Sheriff Howard Sills says he arrested the two for illegally soliciting door-to-door and trying to drive off. Jessica Cha joins us in studio to explain how it happened and how the sheriff hopes to prevent more scams.
That's right, Frank and Lori. Sheriff Sills says he was concerned because they've seen a history of pine straw scams and things similar that target the elderly in the Lake Country. Sills says this type of arrest is common, but this time it just happened to happen to him.
If you're committing a crime, get ready to be arrested by the sheriff.
Putnam Sheriff Howard Sills says when two men pulled up to his home Saturday afternoon offering to sell pine straw, he was suspicious.
The county actually passed an ordinance requiring anybody selling door-to-door a license to do that.
Sills says he asked the men for their permit, but he says neither had one or a driver's license, and they smelled strongly of marijuana.
I said, well, you're in violation of the county ordinance. I said, switch your truck off. A deputy's going to be here in a minute and write you a citation.
Sills says the driver got back into the vehicle and began to back out of the driveway. He says he chased them on foot.
I shot into the front driver's tire. He immediately stopped at that time.
The deputies arrived soon after and arrested both men. Sills says he followed proper procedures and did what he had to do.
This was in my yard. There were no houses in the immediate vicinity. I knew the type of ammunition I had in the gun. Now, if it would have been in a crowded downtown area or something, I might not have done that. I was competent in what I was doing.
The sheriff was completely within his right to do what he did, and we're thankful for what he did.
Ocmulgee Judicial Circuit District Attorney T. Wright Barksdale says an anonymous person tipped the Georgia Bureau of Investigations about Sills firing the shot. They passed the tip on to him, but Barksdale says he supports the sheriff.
What Sheriff Sills did is the reason why Putnam County has a lower crime rate. It's because we've got good law enforcement out there.
Barksdale says to anyone who's concerned,
this was an appropriate act by the sheriff who's got 50 years in law enforcement, and he took two people off the street that needed to be off the street.
Now, Sills says the driver had an outstanding warrant in Gwinnett County and was charged with misdemeanor destruction and driving with a suspended license. The other is accused of violating his probation, and then both are charged with illegal solicitation. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Jessica. Sheriff Sills says you should ask door-to-door salespeople if they have a permit to sell. If they don't have one, you can contact your own sheriff's office. Some counties, like Putnam County, as the sheriff said, do require a permit. Other counties do not.